It just dawned on me, Razer is actually extremely aptly named because this product is hella sharp. Good afternoon and welcome to Turbo Tortoise Tech. Hope you've survived that dad joke and made it this far, because this is actually a new product. I'm just reminiscing on how long this shape has been around. The first time I ever used it, I think, was now about 14 years ago. A mate of mine won one of the Deathadder, the older ones, at a LAN, a 6400 DPI back then, which was extreme for back then. It was still a very, very good mouse, had a great sensor, everything, but the shape has been with us, I don't know, I'll check it out, but probably, I would say, what, 16, 17 years. This is the longest serving mouse shape that's still in production beyond the MX518. I think that's the only one that's older, and that had a production gap. This has been in production consistently since it was made. So very popular, obviously, very, very good, honestly. There is a little concession I'd like to make towards the later end of it. But if you don't know about the Deathadder, basically it's a right-hand ergo shape. It was based off a little bit off IME3, but instead of doing the flattened front end, they went with a wider front shape, which a lot of people find easier to lift and drag and lift and sweep with, obviously, because it's been around for so long. And then there's two grooves in the front here for your fingers, which is also a first, if I remember correctly, for mice in general, was the ergo grooves for the clicks. But let's take a step back and talk about the physical setup of the mouse, starting from the bottom. So you'll notice on the bottom, there's a switch for 2.4 and for Bluetooth and for off, so you can turn the mouse off to save some battery, but it's got an option there that you can then put it onto Bluetooth and then connect it to pretty much any compatible Bluetooth device. The pads, the PTFE feet on this are really nicely arranged, and I especially love that they've done one around the center hole, because it tends to catch on mouse pads, especially when you push down and you tend to put pressure in more extreme in situations, you know, when you're getting a little bit nervous, you're gonna push down and stuff. And it has done a very good job in having that there, because then it keeps that glide consistent. Even when you press down, it's not going to catch on the mouse pad. Luckily, my whole desk is a mouse pad, so I can show you this live. Top feet, honestly, the little gap in between is probably just to save a little bit on materials and stuff. It's not really the end of the world, no feel difference. The bottom is well enough encompassed that even when I do push down, there's not a real massive difference in friction. There's obviously a bit because they're PTFE, they're not glass, but it's not extreme. Two thumb buttons on the left-hand side, and then obviously noticeably there's two new buttons towards the front. These have been set up currently for the DPI up and down. It is really nice to have an up and a down. Instead of having to cycle, you can just go up and down one step. Nice to have. The indicator light on top as well is nicely positioned. It's literally just an indicator light. All it does is tell you which DPI you're on based on the color that you've set to it. Scroll is also pretty nice. It clicks especially well. I have to say, it's quite silent, but it's got a nice click. It's got a good feedback to it. It's normal, you know, ticking scrolls on a free scroll, but it's light and it doesn't shake around inside of the mouse. This is one of the best things about the mouse. There's absolutely no shake from the build quality. It's very, very good. Left click and right click are Razer's own mechanical switches. They do feel very much like Omrons. I actually thought they were just Omrons until I actually read the box and then realized, no, this is actually a Razer mechanical. So good job, Razer. It's very, very good. It feels just as good as what I would remember. But then peeling back the chassis is where things get a little bit interesting. So if you lift at the bottom over here, there are magnets and stuff to hold this on. So just to be clear, I just want to put this back in position quickly and show you. That ain't coming off until you put your finger underneath a little groove at the back here to clip it open. All right. And then inside is where things get very interesting with this mouse. This mouse is like a double up campaign. It's literally doubling up on sensor buttons, on power variants, and how you can actually power the mouse to get a different weight and feel, obviously, to that because of a AA and a AAA. And then it's obviously got the 2.4 gigahertz dongle, which it comes with, but it's also got the Bluetooth. So it's doubling up your power, doubling up your sensor control, and then doubling up your connectivity control. So it's like a 2-2-2. If this was poker, it would be cheating because we would have 6 cards and 3 pairs. But it's made it actually like super interesting that you can have just a single AAA in there, which is going to be about 20 or 30% lighter than a normal AA. I'll check if they do have weights with it, but already it is pretty light. I have to say the mouse and stuff felt really good to me. I do daily drive a Sensor, which is or Sensor 10, which is a 90-gram mouse, about the same size as this as well in the palm. I have to say that though this shape, especially the hump that they do in the middle of this Razer, is just superior. The hand feel for this is one of the best. The only thing I'd love to see them change, honestly, is just this outer edge over here. I would love to see a like more straightened, more basilisk-esque sort of design, just to alleviate the sort of sharp corner that's hitting my ring finger over there, as you can see, like on camera. It's like literally, I have to claw back a little bit more than I would like with this mouse. But as you'll see, as we get into performance now, it wasn't detrimental to my overall in-game shenanigans, and I had quite a good time in CS at other people's expense, relatively. So it is really good. I normally, as well, when I use these mice, I feel like the sensor isn't really up to scratch a lot of the time. This is really good. This is actually much better than my Model O even. The 3369 I find gives quite a bit of jitter after TrueMove Pro. I mean, everything pretty much jitters, but that I felt was on the more extreme end. This is really accurate. This feels almost the same as the Viper, honestly, as far as the sensor goes. I had absolutely no performance loss, which is a first for a mouse that comes in this kind of price bracket. For what this costs, it's pretty much one of the best wireless mice you can buy. As well, it is much better than the Basilisk one. I did get the Basilisk and I had it for a couple of weeks, and I just found the sensor wasn't up to the quality or the standard that I would want, but this was much better. This sensor and this mouse was so good. I've literally used it the entire week until standing up to film it now on this Friday. So yeah, it's good. It's really good. I'm very impressed. I like the dual connectivity, really nice to have. I really like the dual battery system as well, just to give yourself that flexibility. The only thing I've got for this, beside the shape, is when you put this in, you just need to be a little bit careful. These two front prongs here are a bit of a breakage hazard, so just be a little bit gentle with it when you do that, and just put them back in like really extremely in first, and then put the back down, and then it fits in really nicely. If you do it like that, you're going to be in and out of here a fair amount. So food for thought. Just be careful of those. Quick conclusion then, all in all, where price versus performance is considered, bang for buck here is extremely good. Razer's build quality and stuff on this is, with loose parts, nothing, not a single bit of shake. The weight, everything is really nice. It's that traditional shape. There's no rubber surfaces that are going to wear out suddenly. Like, price versus performance here is extremely good. Well done, Razer. Anywho, this is all I have for you in this review. If you have enjoyed it, please do hit us up with a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side.